Hello, internet fans, and welcome to 3B Video. I'm your host, Rottin Roger DeMarco, and today we're going to be taking a look at my top 5 popcorn horror films that you absolutely need to see. Because a lot of people keep asking me, what are your favorite movies? Like, what are movies that you can watch any time of the day that you just have fun with? Not necessarily a scary film, not necessarily a super gory film, but just a horror movie that you throw on your background noise, your everyday type of horror film. So I compiled a list of 5 super fun popcorn movies that are go-tos at 3B Video. So coming in at number 5, George Wang's 2001 film, How to Make a Monster. And if you haven't heard of this one, don't worry, because it sort of slipped under everybody's radar. I think this was a made-for-TV horror film, but here is your plot synopsis. You've got a group of game developers, including Tyler Mane from Halloween and Clea Duvall, working together crunch time to create this video game. And the monster from the video game escapes and hunts them down in their gaming facility. Also has Stephen Culp from Jason Goes to Hell in it, playing their boss, who's a total fuckstick. It's a super fun movie, and you also get Julie Strain, notorious adult film actress slash B horror movie actress. She does the mocap for one of the characters, but she has to do it in the nude. So it's a super fun, ridiculous movie. Not necessarily an early in the day type of film, because there is nudity, but it is a blast, and I can't recommend this movie enough. So if you have not seen How to Make a Monster, you gotta find a way to see this one. It is so much fun. But it had to make my list. That's why I threw it in here for you guys. Moving on to my number 4 essential popcorn horror film that you absolutely need to see. John Knott's, Not So Sure, 2007 film, Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer. What the fuck? This movie totally caught me by surprise. It was one of those movies that I picked up for $1 at a movie gallery that was going out of business and did not expect much of it, but it stars Robert Englund. It is hilarious. You've got this guy who has an anger problem. He's like a total loose cannon. Goes to therapy because everything pisses him off. And wouldn't you know it, monsters start taking over, and he uses his fucking clinical anger problem to destroy all monsters. And you have Robert Englund turning into this big slug-like monster thing. It's amazing, and it just slipped under my radar for so long. Even after I bought it, I waited like another year. It was like, maybe, and it was like a random Sunday afternoon watch, threw it on and was like, this movie's brilliant. Why didn't someone tell me? So now I get to be the person to tell you about Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer. Super fun, super gory, super fucking rad, as I like to say. But it had to make the list, guys. So coming in at number 3 is Ted Nicolau's 1986 film, Terror Vision. Somewhere in one of these. Probably put it over here. I'll put it somewhere. It doesn't matter. Terror Vision is a blast. This is a movie that I saw very young. Rented it from the grocery store, and it had like one of those big box VHS with the satellite with the eyeballs and the tentacles. This movie is 100% popcorn as fuck. In fact, this might subconsciously be where the term popcorn as fuck came from, because this has always been my benchmark for these super silly, slimy splatter flicks. This is one of those movies that just is as funny as it is gross. It doesn't give you a bunch of blood and guts, but the monster is so slimy, and the monster is credit to John Carl Buechler, who, rest in peace, but who does some fantastic work. And then you even have Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite as a total heavy metalhead dude. He delivers some of the best lines in this movie, extremely quotable. Beyond hilarious, super fun, eat a bowl of cereal, watch some Terror Vision, because holy fuck, is TerrorVision fantastic. So the plot synopsis of TerrorVision is that this family gets a new satellite dish so that they can watch all types of different channels, and they unwittingly bring a fucking alien into their living room. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous movie, and it's awesome. Coming in at number 2 for my list of awesome popcorn horror movies that you need to see. Ed Hunt's 1988 film, The Brain. Yes, just recently got a Scream Factory release. This movie is fucking gold. You've got the doctor from Reanimator. He's a fucking loose cannon, crazy person, and they have this giant brain that goes around and fucking eats people. I don't know how much harder I can sell that movie to you. It's a fucking big, slimy brain with eyes, nose, and teeth that fucking rolls around and eats people. It's so fucking cool, and I would have never known about this movie if Scream Factory hadn't put it out. But now that I have this movie and I've watched it a couple of times, it has quickly become a staple in my library. I love this movie, and it's right in there with like Society and all of these weird movies that you don't really know how to categorize. That's this movie, but it's so much fun, and it deserves to be seen by everybody. All right, so moving on to my number 1 essential popcorn horror film that everyone needs to see. I am also relatively new to this film, and Vinegar Syndrome just put this out on Blu-ray. And I had seen it before on Amazon Prime, but now I own a physical copy and I love this movie. It doesn't get much more silly than this, folks. And I'm talking about Mark Piro's 1987 film, Death Row Gameshow. Holy fuck. This movie said, everything that you think about horror comedy, get that out of here. We're gonna ramp it up. We're gonna have ridiculous fun with this movie. This is on par with something like Microwave Massacre, although Microwave Massacre has a ton more nudity. But this makes The Running Man look like regular cable TV. You have this game show where they take inmates and then they give them the chance at freedom for competing in these silly game show things. Very similar to Running Man, except they don't have people hunting them and killing them. It's more like the Let's Make a Deals or the fucking Price is Right style games, but if you fail, you get the electric chair, or you get hung, or whatever. And it's so funny because then the wives and children of the people competing, like, you know, their family, they're there cheering them on like, Dad's gonna get out of prison, or Dad's gonna win us some money, and then he gets his head chopped off. It's not to be taken seriously. It is popcorn as fuck. It is your Saturday morning, your Count Chocula cereal. That is this movie, and I love it so much. I just hope that I have shed some light on some of these films that you guys might not have known about, so that you can check these out and you can get a little bit more of a glimpse into the world of what Evil and I really, really dig. We love this fun stuff. So if you like your horror silly, you're gonna dig everything on this list. And I can't wait to hear what you think of these films. So let me know in the comments if you have seen them. Let me know in the comments if you picked them up, or if you're going to pick them up, just let me know. Anyway, I suppose I should probably get going, because after all, there's a lot of movies out there. Somebody's gotta watch them, so why not me, right? Bebop. Mic test. Good? Cool. Shake out the heroin like fucking Macho Man Randy Savage.